Okay.
Capo, you my boy, you know. You were here, but you over there too. On that go big.
Nas or Jim Jones?
Nas, that's it. Nas.
Capo.
Capo, I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, you're not touching Nas, bro.
Pac put on for the West Coast more than anybody has probably put on for the West Coast and left a legacy for the West Coast to follow to this day. And not saying that they don't have no other big rappers. Shout out to Snoop Dogg, that was one of my favorite rappers, but clearly Pac went out there and really put on for that town. He helped shape the music in LA. Not saying that NWA and all these people, yeah, but when it came to the era of the kids like me that was listening to it, we wanted to go to LA because of Pac. You heard?
You heard? Jim Jones is back in the headlines, and this time it's not for another controversial claim, but for pouring out praise for none other than the legendary Tupac Shakur on the Art of Dialogue podcast. Shout out to them. Now on the surface, that might seem like a straightforward moment of respect, but if you've been following the drama, you know there's a deeper story here. Just weeks ago, Jim Jones stirred up a massive storm when he publicly declared himself bigger than Nas, claiming Nas's time was over and new generations didn't even know him.
These kids love me. They don't really know who Nas is.
The internet absolutely erupted, and the backlash was brutal. Everybody smashed Jim Jones after that Nas comment, leaving him with no support.
Nas is a legend. Nas put in work. Nas's lyrics. Jim's not even close. The shit Jim says doesn't even make sense compared to what Nas has done for our culture. Hip hop, don't you stupid motherfucker. No, you dumb, idiotic, wanna be entertained. Are you crazy?
Ain't nobody from Dipset gonna take you over Nas. Nobody from the Diplomats but you.
Hold on,
Nas.
Hold on. Bro,
You too small.
It got so bad that he later had to confess the whole Nas narrative was a calculated move just to go viral and get views, admitting,
Man, I didn't know how many people love Nas. But people, and I'm watching people go absolutely back shit crazy. Like, oh, damn. Yo, I know how to go viral. This is easy. We're in an easy society. If you like me, don't like me, know who I was, and now find out who I was, one click away from making me some money.
Jim's saying, I'm better than Nas right now. He's saying he's better than Nas right now because why? Because it creates conversation. You just asked me.
So, with that embarrassing episode still fresh, is this sudden Tupac worship just a strategic play to win back the fans he clearly misjudged?
Pac started putting a whole new flavor on this shit. We wanted to go there. You heard? After we saw Boys in the Hood and all that type of shit, we started getting open off LA, then Pac just started opening it up to a whole nother level of shit. You heard?
You heard? And here's where Jim Jones gets real interesting. He starts talking about Tupac, emphasizing how Pac is undeniably a West Coast rapper. No matter where he was born or where he came from, he's an LA artist, pure and simple, according to Jim.
We know Pac for West Coast, you heard? Built out, went to LA and went crazy. I don't know him from no other place. I know they'd be like, he was from the Bay, he was born in New York, and you dig, that's cool. But what I know him for, what the majority of people that of my age know him for, is for that West Side, that LA lush.
Now, if you know Jim Jones's history, you know why that particular point hits different. For months, Jim has been smashed and clowned by countless artists who've accused him of pretending to be a Harlem native, when according to them, he's not.
you are not from Harlem. Why do you keep thinking that you are from Harlem, bro? You are not from Harlem. I did not grow up with you, my nigga. You was not there, man. You wasn't there, nigga.
I don't even think he's from Harlem, tell you the truth.
You don't think he's from Harlem?
Nope. I think because they never talk about him being in Harlem. I think he's from North Bronx or some shit.
You know, he claims a blood gang out there.
Britney Spears claims a blood gang. And
so you can sit around and act like you've been around all this Harlem shit and everything. You ever see somebody from Harlem try to act like they from Harlem so bad that you got to keep saying, I'm from Harlem? From Harlem know who's from Harlem. You don't have to keep saying you from Harlem.
So, by laying out this, no matter where you're from, you're where you represent argument for Tupac, is Jim subtly trying to shut down all those critics who've been questioning his own Harlem roots? It certainly sounds like he's trying to rewrite the narrative, using a hip-hop legend as his unexpected shield.
So for you, you look at him as an LA artist, because you got some people trying to push that, you know, he a Harlem rapper narrative.
I mean, not saying he wasn't from Harlem, but he didn't have no footprint in Harlem. You heard? He didn't have no block in Harlem. It wasn't no hood that we knew Pac to be from. It wasn't like you heard he came to Harlem, got with a couple people from Harlem when he was doing movies like Above the Rim. He was over there by AK houses and all that shit with the homies and shit like that. But he didn't have no footprint in nowhere in New York. He knew people here. But he didn't come up hanging out in New York. Like nobody's ever said, yo, Pac is from New York. Nobody ever claimed him like a New York nigga. The Bay was the first thing we would probably say before anything when we first learned about Pac. He was an artist from the Bay, Digital Underground. Then he came, started doing the movies, came to New York, got locked up in New York. They bailed him out, went to LA, started bombing. That's all we knew. We only knew him to be a West Coast nigga. When we started learning his story and then he was putting his shit in double XL and the vibe and all that is when we started to learn about he born on the East Coast and was living in Baltimore and you know what I mean? Like what we know him for. It's that LA shit. It's that death row shit. You heard?
Now, the whole reason Jim Jones even started talking about Tupac being a West Coast icon is because of Complex's recent list of the 50 greatest Los Angeles rappers of all time. And get this, the most legendary, the most iconic, Tupac Shakur, was nowhere to be found on that list.
Well, that's people just hating on him from the West Coast, and I don't believe it's the actual fans from the West Coast. I just be thinking it's like hating ass rappers and industry. Because clearly, Pac put on for the West Coast more than anybody has probably put on for the West Coast and left a legacy for the West Coast to follow to this day. And not saying that they don't have no other big rapper. Shout out to Snoop Dogg, that was one of my favorite rappers, but clearly, to live and die in LA, Pac went out there and really put on for that town.
You had top names like Kendrick Lamar taking the #1 spot, along with heavy hitters like Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, and even Tyler the Creator making the cut. But Pac? Missing. Honestly, that in itself is absolutely wild, and Jim Jones is probably not wrong on that point. But here's the million-dollar question. Why is Jim Jones suddenly jumping out to defend Pac's West Coast status now?
He helped shape the music in LA. Not saying that NWA and all these people, yeah, but when it came to the era of the kids like me that was listening to it, we wanted to go to LA because of Pac.
For many, the answer is obvious. He's making a calculated move to win back those fans he completely alienated when he talked all that trash about Nas just weeks ago.
Nas or Jim Jones?
Capo?
Capo.
Capo, I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, you're not touching Nas, bro. You nice, bro. You're not touching Nas. You know that, bro.
Jim kept up with his era, though. But is he better than Nas?
Okay.
Come on now.
As soon as we stop talking about this, he's gone. Where was he before this? Don't come get me, though. Don't come get Hoffa either.
Don't look at that. Nas or Jim Jones?
Nah, bro, stop.
Okay.
Capo, you my boy, you know. You were here, but you over there too. On that go big.
Nas or Jim Jones?
Nas, bro.
Nas. Nas or Jim Jones?
Come on, man. I'm going Nas, man.
Let's get it. Nas or Jim Jones?
I don't even know who that is.
Nas or Jim Jones?
Nas, that's it. Nas.
Nas and Jim Jones.
I knew it.
Nas and Jim Jones. I want to hear. I want to hear.
No, but this is the genius thing right here that everybody not realizing. The fact that you asking me that, the fact that you right now asking me that question right now, this is what this is all about. It's about algorithm, man.
Yeah.
Jim understands the power of algorithm, the power of the internet. Oh man, we know who Nas is. We know what Nas did. We understand the greatness in Nas is a rap god.
God.
Jim saying, I'm better than Nas right now. He's saying he's better than Nas right now because why? Because it creates conversation. You just ask me. Feel how you want to feel.
Yeah.
Nigga, go say you better than whoever. Feel it. Go up it. Like you better than the world. Like that's how you feel. That's how you feel. Wear that. You understand? But you could feel that way privately, right?
Right.
You could feel that way in the studio. I'm in the studio. We all in the studio. I'm like, man, I gotta kill everybody in here.
Yeah.
But when you say it to the public, you got to know what come back with that. And the fact that he already knew what it come with. You know what it come with?
You know it. Yeah, like, you know.
What it come with, but it don't matter because it's about it's about the conversation that creates the algorithm that creates this energy that every time you turn around, now he viral.
Pac had the theme music to a lot of things that I was going through. Definitely one of my favorite rappers of all times, 100%. he had a big hold on me. Very influential in my life coming up, being rebellious and banging and shit like that.
This is really not about the this is really just about the conversation. It ain't about us really picking one up over the other.
Yeah.
This is not what this is about.
Sure. I know exactly what it is. Spirit of competition, man. We all feel like we the best, and I respect it. Passion for sure.
Jim Jones, like I think I love Jim Jones. You know, and like we all had we've all been to a party and one of his songs that come on, it like turned us up. Like, all right, I was waiting to hear this. Like now I can get there. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to discredit Jimmy. I just didn't like that the conversation started from like,
you know exactly what he's doing.
18-year-old
conversation in the spirit of competition.
But that is a perspective though, right? So that is a perspective for some. See, the thing about this is this. Everything is from your own point of view. For me, and a lot of things is from whatever your social circle is. So you had a 19-year-old that said that he wasn't tapped in with Nas.
Right.
Maybe that was just that 19-year-old because maybe that's what his social circle was, and he was more tapped in with Capo. So, you know, everything you got to take with a grain of salt, man, and everything is relative.
We want to know what you think. Drop your take in the comments section below. Smash that like button if you found this breakdown insightful, and make sure you subscribe to Hot Spills for more raw, unfiltered hip-hop commentary every single day.